Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Let's Cry Together, where you're not required to cry, but if you want to, you definitely don't have to do it alone. This is your host, Miss K, back again with another episode and another special guest. I am super excited to have her with me. This is my cousin, Jakeena, and I'm just going to let her introduce herself a little bit more here in a second, but my girl does nails. She is the bomb. She does all the things, so I'll let her explain like some of the things about herself and just who you are and all the things.
Well, thank you for having me. My name is Jakeena. I am the oldest cousin.
Yes. First of them all.
Right. I live in Maryland. I'm here visiting, and I'm honored to be here. I do have a nail business, press-on nail business, Monet Press. Mm-hmm. And I'm in the process of starting a nonprofit called She Survived to Serve.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so can you, one, tell us where we can find you? And then two, if you want to get into like the nonprofit and everything, just tell us like the idea behind it, what inspired you to start it.
Okay. So first I work for the federal government. So when we were home for COVID, mm-hmm. I started the press-on nail business because I feel like all of my work has always used the side of my brain that requires thinking and writing and processing. And so I asked God to give me a creative idea.
Yeah.
Something where I can make money using my creative side. And he literally dropped Monet Press in my lap. So you can find Monet Press at Monet Press on Instagram. As far as a nonprofit, it's new. It's up and coming. But it's called She Survived to Serve. It's basically for women and children, helping women and children survive whatever it is that they're going through. Okay. It's really based on like domestic violence, mm-hmm. helping survivors navigate a life of freedom. But we're in the process, so you'll see that coming soon.
Wait on it because it's coming. Well, I love that. That's great. That's great. Love to hear it, and I can't wait to see more about it. I'll put her press on nails stuff right here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So y'all make sure y'all go follow, put y'all orders in, all that stuff. Can they like place an order with you and then like it ships everywhere, all that good jazz?
It ships everywhere. You can order the nails that you see. You can make custom nails, whatever you like.
Okay,
bet. And it's a do-it-yourself. Things are changing in the world, so I feel like we should be beautiful no matter where we are and what's happening in the world. So yeah.
Absolutely. For sure. Well, I'm excited to have you. So the first thing we do on the podcast is we do a question of the episode. Okay. This is just the opportunity for us to answer the question, but also for the people who are watching to answer the question. We can kind of, share our opinions, share our thoughts about different things. Okay. Just a time for community. Okay. So the question of the episode is, do you think finding the one is predestined, or do you think it's a conscious choice you have to make every day?
Do I think finding the one is destined, or is it a conscious choice? I think it's both.
That's funny because I do too. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead, explain.
I believe that God has someone for us, if that's the desire of our hearts, mm-hmm. and if that's what He has in our purpose and in alignment. But I also think we make a conscious choice on whether we accept the person, if we're ready, if we sabotage. Mm-hmm. God gives us the freedom of choice. Yeah. So I do believe that. Do I think everyone is predestined to be married? No. But I do believe that if it's a desire of your heart, God placed it there. Okay. But I know that life can determine whether we're accepting or rejecting of it. Yeah. So I think it's a little bit of both. And I think that we know because we have Holy Spirit that lives inside of us, mm-hmm. and tells us who we are and tells us about ourselves and helps us walk through life. So I do think that desire comes from God. Right. But what we do when it gets here,
right, yeah,
that's on us.
Yeah. No, yeah, I totally agree. So I have another question and then I'll answer. Do you think that the one is specific to like romantic relationships?
The one, I think in the context in which I was thinking about it, I'm thinking romantic, but mm-hmm. I also think we have other people that come into our lives or that we're assigned to. Yeah. That help us fulfill our purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be family, friends. It's some people you just like, I feel like you were put here for me.
Yeah.
Like, you're my person. We get each other. Yeah. So I don't think it has to be romantic. But the one, yeah, probably. I think that's more romantic. Okay. What about you? What do you think about that?
Because, you know, like, people say, like, oh, you know, my best friend is my soulmate. But that's not their, like, romantic person. And I do agree with that. I do think that you can have a soulmate who is not, like, you guys aren't pursuing a romantic relationship. But I guess if you're talking about the one, I don't know. I feel like part of me is like 50-50. Like, I think you could have the one who is not somebody that you're romantically pursuing, but also the one is probably romantic at the same time. But I guess it kind of just depends on what you are, like, made to do on this earth. So if you are made to marry, then the one would be somebody who is romantic. But then if you are somebody that's just not in, like, your part of life, or like whatever God has decided for you, then the one could be someone else, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. So I was thinking about that. Like, what if the person doesn't have the desire to be married? So then maybe they're the one would be a like family member or a friend.
Yeah.
But what if the other one isn't obedient or doesn't go with it, right? Since we all have the freedom of choice. If I'm the one for someone, but I'm like, you know what? This is too much.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know, Lord, it's okay, not this time.
Yeah.
Will he make the one someone else for that person? Or now do
well,
two
I guess
people
that's a good question, because is there more than the one? I don't know. Because some people be like, you know, I've been in love multiple times. And it's like, okay, yes. But, like, have you ever found the one? I don't know. I think there is just one person for everyone. Now, whether you find that person is a different story. Right. Whether you guys actually become connected, all of that stuff is a different story. But I do think that God did create a person for everyone. Like, one person.
I pray that's the case.
Yeah.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do think that, I agree with you. I do think that is both predestined and a conscious choice that you have to make every day. I think God definitely aligns things for, you know, finding the person that you're supposed to be with. But also I think that you have to make a choice to, like you said, accept it. Just because he decided, like, oh yeah, this is your person, that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. So you have to literally make a choice to stay with that person and be with that person and accept all the things that are coming with that person. So that's where the choice comes into play.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah.
Yeah. And my mom, she was telling me about this couple that I think they were married for like 60 years. And she was like, how did you guys stay in love for 60 years? And she said, oh, that wasn't love. That was a commitment. That was a choice. So, because I don't think it's all hunky-dory every day. So you do have to choose.
And you hear a lot of relationships who have done it for a long time be like, yeah, love's not enough.
Right.
Like, it's good, it sounds good, but there's going to be moments where I don't even know if I even like you, let alone love. Like, obviously I have love for you, but, like, you're getting on my nerves, or, like, we're just going through this rough patch, but we have to decide, like, okay, I love this person enough to want to continue doing this.
Yeah. Your stuff is enough. I can deal with your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said something good yesterday. You said, if you stop talking to this person, you're still going to get another person where you have to deal with their stuff.
Exactly.
So it's like either anywhere you go, you're going to have stuff. So the question is, whose stuff do you want to deal with?
And not to mention, we have our stuff.
Exactly.
So what if this person deals with your stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
You go and you're like, I think I like your stuff. And they're like, I don't like yours.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Okay, so if you guys don't remember what the question was, it was, do you think finding the one is predestined or a conscious choice you make every day? Make sure you answer that question in the comments and, you know, on Instagram, any of those things. But our first real question is, how have your standards for love and romance changed over the years?
Oh, whew. Oh, they changed dramatically. And I was just having this conversation. When I was younger, I had a certain type. This is what I like. This is what I want. This is exactly what my person should look like. And And I think that even as I've gotten older and gotten to know myself, I'm like, okay, maybe you don't need that kind of a person. Right. That won't work with all the stuff that you're healing from and dealing with. Right. So over the years, it changed. And I think it changes often, you know, where you're like, you know what, that is important to me, whether it's good or bad. Like, maybe it's something that you weren't thinking about before. Mm-hmm. Like, and definitely not, when I was younger, I started with physical. Mm-hmm. That definitely has changed. Yeah. Now that I'm older. Right. Just because, first of all, once you broaden your horizon, you realize there's beauty
in everything, everyone.
Yeah, in plenty of places. Yeah. So, depending on where you grew up, and you know, it'll shape the person, the man that you think you like. Right. But then as you get older and you experience the world, you're like, you know what? It's kind of fine too. Yeah. So that's nice. But then internally, as I grew deeper with God, mm-hmm. that started to go creep to the top of the list too. Like, I need you to start with God, because in order to deal with me,
gotta know him.
You gotta know my Father. You need to be able to go to my Father about me. Right. Because half the time, you're like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. So you need to ask my Father. So I think that God definitely made it to the top of the list as I've gotten older. Yeah. And gotten a more intimate relationship with God. Mm-hmm. So God is at the top of the list. He wasn't always. You know, it started with, he need to be this height. No. Yeah. You need to have a relationship with God. 6'4". Exactly. Okay. But God went to the top of the list. How you treat the people around you became way more important. Yeah. I pay attention to how you treat the waitress. Yeah. Because that's a good indication of how you want to treat me, you know, or how you'll treat my loved ones, the people who you're not connected to or don't care about, or you're growing to care about. Right, yeah. When you're younger, you don't care about that. You're not even paying attention to that. Your desire to grow and thrive and develop mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. Mm-hmm. You know, what are your goals? Are you goal-oriented? How do you support me? Yeah. Things like that. As you mature, your list changes so much. The things that's at the top go to the bottom, and the things that don't even make the list, they slowly creep in. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I gotta put top 5. Top 5. And the top 5 usually has nothing to do with external. Yeah. So internal. So as I've gotten to know myself more, and gotten to know God more, my list is totally different than what it looked like even 5 years ago. Yeah. So 5 years ago. Yeah. That's for sure. Though. 5 years ago. Yeah. And I would say, honestly, in the last year, I've added some things. Like, wait a minute.
Put this on there.
Put this on there. Because I wasn't thinking about that. I thought this was just common sense. Mm-hmm. But no. You need to be a little specific, you know?
And that's crazy because the specifics got to be there.
They have to.
They have to be there. They have to be there because somebody used to tell me, I don't know who it was, but they used to be like, yeah, when you pray to God, be specific. Because if it's too broad, you might just get whatever. It's like, no, be specific. Tell them what you want. Tell them exactly what you want. And then that's what you'll get. Mm-hmm. For sure. Mm-hmm. But I like that you said that God is at the top of your list because as a kid, that's just not something, you know, that you're worried about because you don't have your own relationship with God. Your relationship is more cultivated through, like, you know, your parents or, like, family and all that stuff. But once you start to make that relationship, that personal relationship, it's like, you got to have that too, or at least be pursuing that in some fashion. Mm-hmm. And I would definitely say over the years, my stuff has absolutely changed. Mm-hmm. I would agree. I would definitely say I did go off looks. I've always been somebody who did, like, pay attention to, like, how you acted, like, how you treated other people. Like, if you were mean, it was a no for me. But I used to be okay with potential. Mm-hmm. And now I'm like, no, I need to see it. Like, it sounds good, you're talking a good game, but, like, where's the results? Like, where I need to see some, you know, some fruit from the things that you're doing. Mm-hmm. There's some things I'm just not willing to do that I would have been willing to do if I was younger. And I tell the guy that I'm talking to, or my little boyfriend, you know, whatever, because I keep saying, that was before, so now I gotta change my language. But I used to date someone and like there were just certain things that they would do, and now I just tell him, like, you know, I'm a girlfriend, so I'm not going to do any wifely things. Like, those things are reserved. And but before, there would be things that I would have been willing to do. But it's just like, now I'm walking in where I'm at. I'm not going to go above that. I won't go below that either. But yeah.
Let's keep you in the package that you signed up for.
Exactly.
This is the girlfriend package. This is the wife package.
When we upgrade, you get the upgrade.
Exactly. When you upgrade, you get more.
Yeah, for sure. So I think it definitely has changed over the years. And I think if it doesn't change, then that's a problem. Because that means that you're not growing and you're not, like moving through life and, elevating who you are and all of those things. And so if the list is the same as it was a year ago or even 6 months ago, it's like, I don't know. But what's one specific thing that you can think of that you just recently added to your list?
Okay, let's see how specific I want to go. Something that I just added will be, I always said you need to know what you want and be ready. But now what I've added is your life needs to look like what you're saying you're ready for.
Right.
Okay, so we can get specific with that, but I'll keep it a little general. Because a lot of people will say, like, oh yeah, I want to be married, I want kids, I want these things. But your life isn't set up for that.
Right.
So your life needs to look like what you're telling me you want.
I think I just added that to my list too. That's a good one.
Because, like you said, potential is great. Oh, he wants these things. But what are you doing to get it?
Right.
And what I will say is, in this new relationship that I'm in, one thing that I've learned is that I'm ready. I'm ready for the thing. Yeah. I'm ready more than I thought I was.
Right.
Me and my friend, we have this saying where it's like, it's a lot of healing you can do when you're by yourself. Yeah. But it's some things you have to wait to be in the thing to heal from.
That's true.
Like, he has to come.
Right.
And you have to see, oh no, I still need some work in this area. So I know I've been doing the work prior to meeting somebody. Yeah. For a relationship. So I set my life up. I created a space that you're welcome in. Yeah. If I'm saying I'm ready for marriage, I need to have a life that looks like you're welcome to be my husband. Right. Some people will say they're ready for a wife, but
what does that look like?
What does that look like? Are you still in constant communication with your exes? It doesn't look like you have the space. Yeah. And so many other things. Yeah. You know, does your life look like you're ready to welcome a woman who's ready? Right. To step into what you're saying you want? Right. So that's a very new thing that I've added. What does your life look like?
That's tea. That's really good. Because, I mean, I think you can just get so wrapped up in like, oh, I like this person. Like, everything's going good and you know what you want the end goal to be. But sometimes you just aren't cultivating the ability to step into that end goal. And that has just been added to my list. Because what you're saying has to match where we're going. And I have to see those things right now. And it's funny because I always tell him, like, before I was willing to be his girlfriend, I was like, I have to see things because I'm dating to marry. So I'm not out here like, oh yeah, I just want to date you and then date you. No, I don't have time. I'm too emotional. I'm too sensitive. I get locked in very well. And I just don't have time to be playing my heart. And I prayed to God. I said, listen, God, I can't date around. I can't get to know all these different people. So just bring somebody that is supposed to be my husband. And I tell him all the time, before I became your girlfriend, I had to see husband qualities. Because if I don't, then there's no reason for me to be your girlfriend. Because I know once I get there, we have to go to that's the plan. The plan is to go move forward. So if you ain't looking like my husband, then what? I don't need to be your girlfriend. Okay. Yeah, so.
And if I have to fight too hard, like, some people will have like a parent doing all the things that your wife or husband should do. Right. Now I have to kick and scream and fight and claw to get into the space that you're telling me you wanted me to be in. Yeah. Move your mama out the way.
Scoot her over.
Mom. Bye. Create the space. Like, it needs to be a void. I intentionally, because I know that in my singleness, I always say this, I was a happy single woman, okay? I wasn't miserable. Yeah. But I did have a void, and I intentionally left a void. Yeah. I didn't and at a time when I did have like my best friend in that void, they didn't look different. because I had somebody to hang out with.
Right,
I had somebody who I can tell all my business to. I had somebody who I had fun with.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, you're probably never going to really put both feet in until you create the space.
The space for them.
And so I had to do that. And so now, if this doesn't work out, I know, you know, that's under God. Like, what do you want? Okay, and tell me, what does your life look like?
Yeah.
That's pretty important. Because I don't want to fight.
I agree.
I don't want to fight to get into the space you told me that you were welcoming me in.
Right, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I would say, let me see, what was something new that I've added to my list? I've always known that I wanted my relationship to, like, involve God. Mm-hmm. But I think recently I've realized what that looks like. Okay. Like, I've added the details to it. Mm-hmm. And part of it is from church, actually. Mm-hmm. One thing our pastor does, he, every Sunday, without fail, he gets up there, and before he does his sermon, I'm giving honor to my wife. Mm-hmm. Everybody stands up. Everybody claps for his wife. And he does it every Sunday. Amen. He talks about his wife in the best way possible. Mm-hmm. He gives her flowers. There was like it was something, and people brought her gifts in front of the whole church. Like, he gets down about his wife. I love that. Gets down about his wife. Mm. All the relationships in the church, you can just see, like, when one of the wives are on the floor, the man is on the floor. Like, the man's on the floor, the wife's on. It's like they're just right there. Mm-hmm. And I have realized that one of the things I want my husband to be able to do is to truly cover me in prayer. Like, but I mean, if I am in the worst of the worst, there's no worry that I can't get what I need, because I know he's doing it for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I know he's in the back fighting for my life. Yes. Like, yes. I want to know that you are out here just really going full throttle for me. Mm-hmm. And that has been added to the top of the list, because I've literally been able to, like, watch it here recently. And I'm like, if you're not willing to do that, it's slow. Yeah. Like, it's very slow. Yeah. I need to know that you can pray. I need to know that you're actively trying to pursue a real relationship. Mm-hmm. It's not for anybody else but yourself, and then we all just benefit from it. But I think that the specifics of that has been added to the list. I've always known it was there, but yeah, it has become very specific.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that was on my list when I started growing my intimate relationship with God. Mm-hmm. Because I always say, he created me, okay? Yeah. So he knows the secret sauce. He knows the secret passcode. He knows when she shut down, what does she need? Yeah. So I always say, I need you to know how to go to my father about me. Mm-hmm. Go ask my father about me. Yeah. Because I don't always have the answer, so ask him. So yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's very valid. I'm going to start saying that. Go, my pops, he's over there.
You better ask him.
Ask him, because he know. Because sometimes you don't know. Mm-hmm. You don't know about yourself. So it's like, I can't. If I don't know, I cannot tell you.
I can't help you.
And there's some days I wake up and I have no idea. Right. I have absolutely no idea.
Oh, yeah. Story of my life. And so I love when I hear someone say, like, I pray for you. Or, you know, like, that's...
Yep. Okay, so now I have another question. Okay. That freaks me out a little. Because it doesn't freak me out. Okay. Let me rephrase. I prayed for somebody as well. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, he's literally shown me, like, things that he has written, where he's like, you know, before we start talking, like, this is what I've been praying for, this is what I was asking for, all that stuff. But I think, so one of my friends is going through something similar. She has been told, like, God has told a man that she was his wife. Mm-hmm. But then she didn't get, oh, you're my husband from God. And so I think, like, it's a little scary, because why are we not getting the same message? Like, why is God like, or are you really hearing it? I think this goes into that whole thing that we were talking about yesterday. Some things are just hard to believe, because you're telling me that God told you that I'm your wife. But if that were the case, then why wouldn't I have gotten the same message? Or just maybe I'm just not there yet to have received it?
Well, I think a few things about that. Mm-hmm. I do believe that God gives confirmation. Mm-hmm. So I believe that if you ask God, please confirm. This is what this man is saying.
Right.
Please confirm. And he might give you a confirmation. You're like, okay, good. God, thank you for that confirmation. I think that was confirmation, but can you give it to me? I think you can get specific with God.
Yeah,
because I've been learning about Holy Spirit, and I've been reading this book where it says Holy Spirit teaches you how to pray. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that what we pray for is happenstance. I think it's Holy Spirit telling us what to say so that we can receive what we need to get from God. But I do think that we need to be receptive of it, because we always talk about like men being the leader. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I do think it should come from the man first, because sometimes we don't see ourselves.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we don't see ourselves as a wife. Yeah. So sometimes if a man is like, God has shown me you're my wife. You're very nurturing. You're very inspiring. You inspire me to do other things. If you don't see certain things in yourself, you might say, are you talking about me? Are you sure? Yeah. But if God showed him, I believe that he'll also confirm it to you. Mm-hmm. Especially because in the Bible, a lot of times it was revealed to the woman. Mm-hmm. So I do believe that we do have to be open and ask God, like, soften me, open up my heart. You know my doubts. Yeah. You know what I struggle with. Yeah. So give it to me in a way where I know it came from clear. You. Yeah. It can only come from you. Yeah. And it might be something that he sends you in a dream. I know that you dream. Mm-hmm. It might be something that the man says, like, wait a minute, I asked God about that. And you worded that specifically how I asked God about that, So I do think it can be, I know it will be confirmed. Yeah. Because even prophecy, if someone prophesies something to you, it should be confirmation because you have your own relationship. Right. So God isn't going to just tell someone that you're something. Yeah. And he hasn't confirmed it for you. I believe that you probably have already received a few confirmations and you're like, was that really a confirmation? Because usually we ask God, like, tell me again. Show me again. Show me again. Mm-hmm. But I think that it probably has been revealed to you. Yeah. Because even someone loving you in a space where you don't think you're lovable, is that not confirmation? Like, I know I'm tough. I know, I'm not always soft. You're still here. You're still here and you're fighting. Yeah. You are fighting for your life.
And you're fighting for mine. Why? You're staying.
Why are you still here?
After you know me like this? Like, what?
I've kicked you out so many times. Mm-hmm. Love yourself, King. Run. And he's like, no, you're my wife. Yeah. Is that not confirmation?
That's confirmation. It sounds like confirmation.
Yeah, and I believe that he'll give it to you in another way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that prayer that I talked about where I was saying, like, I've literally prayed, like, God, if this is not my husband, move him around, please. Please. Because I don't have time to waste. But I feel like it's confirmation in itself. Because there's nothing's happening. Like, that's like move around worthy. Like, so it's like, is that confirmation? Like, because literally I have prayed this prayer about many. Mm-hmm. And every single time he will be like, and a lot of the times once I start talking, because everybody knows I'm a cut off girl. Like, you do one small thing, it's hit the road.
Whiplash.
Immediately. Mm-hmm. But once I start talking to somebody, probably within like a month, this prayer begins. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to waste my time. And God is very quick on my behalf. He's like, oh, you said if he's not your husband, get him out the way. And most of the time, they either do something or they say something, or I just realized, we're just not compatible. Or even like I had one person who just hit me up and was like, listen, I really don't even have it like in my ability right now to pursue anything, which was totally fine because we weren't connecting that well anyway at the time because we just weren't talking as much. Yeah. And he was cool, but like it was just, time frame wasn't working. But yeah, he removes them quick. And I'm just like, okay, well, god dang, I done prayed this prayer 100 times at this point.
Why is he still here?
You ain't removed me yet. So like, is that confirmation? Like, are we? I guess.
I think maybe. It comes in different. I think that can be like the start of confirmation, and then maybe you'll go through something. Yeah. And you'll be like, wow, like you really supported me through this. Or God will literally maybe send you a dream and show you. But he'll give it to you in a way that you should know. Because what I believe is, I definitely pray that prayer. Like, if this is not the one, you had no problem. Because I always would say, God, don't let nothing stick. Like, even when I was in a place where I'm like, you know what? a girl is ready.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just go and be with somebody who I know I'm probably not supposed to be with. Let me just see. Mm-hmm. God would not let it stick. I'm like,
come on, I'm trying.
Everybody else gets to just have a little fun, not me. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
God wouldn't let anybody stick. So when He allowed this particular person to stick, I'm like, okay, Lord. But I will say that God also, I know He doesn't play about me, because sometimes when you've been through so much, you're looking for a safe place to fall, and you're like, oh, finally this feels good, and I know for me, you'll slowly start to like elevate this person, and God don't play about His spot in my life. I've learned that He like, oh, you getting comfortable? Oh, you think you can depend on this? No. And then He'll send something to shake me like, whoa. Hold on, let me get back to my foundation, which is God. I can't put nobody in God's place. So I do think that since I believe God is still revealing my purpose and what my life is supposed to look like, no matter what, I know that He's using every situation for His good. Yeah. So it could be confirmation or it could be preparation for
whatever's to come.
Whatever God has for me. Yeah. So He might be, let me round out these rough edges. Yeah. You never know. Yeah. And so I'm open to whatever God has for me because I do want God's very best. Yeah. I have seen people settle. I've seen...
And that's what I don't want to do. Even though I don't feel like I'm settling right now, but...
Yeah. I've seen the repercussion and how much it costs to be aligned with the wrong person. And so I pray about that. Like, Lord, it costs too much. Yeah. It costs way too much. It's not enough, an amount of money. Your confidence, your self-esteem, your relationship with God, finances, family. Lord, I don't want to deal with those things. Yeah. So I'm ready for your very best. And however I need to get there, I'm open. Yeah. So it might be confirmation or it might be preparation, but either way, God.
You down?
I'm down. Yeah. And He ain't failed me yet. So I'm like.
And He won't. So
I'm ready. Whatever you got for me, Lord, let's do it.
Yeah. I'm down. I'm with you. Let's do it. How did your parents' relationship shape your view on love? And I think this is a great question because I think that we don't realize how much we take from the things that we've seen around us. And yeah, I think over the years I've realized that I do a lot of things because of what I've seen, or like, just I've watched other people do certain things. I'm like, oh, that's where that came from, or like that's why I be doing that. But yeah, so how has that shaped your view on love, like how you look at love?
So I'm a little late in the game. Okay, I'm 35. I'm gonna be 36 in July.
Period.
Telling my business. So I would say it kept me guarded. My view on love was like, okay, I will like you a lot, and I'll love you, but I'm not gonna like put both of my feet in, because what I've experienced is once you start loving somebody, you start forgiving things, and you start letting things slide, and you don't necessarily know when to walk away. So it kept me fearful. I never wanted to be that girl. Yeah. I always wanted to be able to give you whiplash with how quickly I will run out of your life. So it made me view love as a weakness. Yeah, like once you love, it's a weakness. Yeah. So, and that's something that I've asked God to help me through, because it wasn't just in romantic relationships, it was even in friendships. Like I'll love you, but I'll never put anything past you. And there was no limit on who that was or what type of relationship. And so it kept me, we cool, but we not that cool. Like, I'm always prepared for you to go, for you to leave, for you to do something that violates, and then me walk away. So it definitely made me look at love as a weakness. So I always kept a guard up, for sure. With family, with friends, and definitely with men. Yeah. You can play with somebody, but it's not safe to play with me. So I saw it as a weakness.
Yeah. That's crazy because, I don't think I've ever saw love as a weakness. But I guess I have viewed it as like, okay, once you start loving people, I think I've viewed love as a lie more than a weakness. Like, okay. Yeah, you're saying that, but like, you don't mean that, or at least you don't mean the true definition of that. And I think I learned that as a kid. Like, there were just things that I was being told, and I'm like, you're telling me this, but you're not doing that. So how can you actually love me if that's not what you're showing me? Like, you're just saying it, and that's not what I see. Right. So it's like, I think I viewed love as a lie for a long time, and I think that's why a lot of things are just hard to believe. Like, I'd just be like, it sounds good. It sounds good. But also, once I felt a specific type of love, I did everything I could to keep it. Okay. Like, so I was, and maybe I still am, but I'm like growing, very much a people pleaser. Like, I would let you do this, I would let you do that, I would let you do this. And eventually, and it's so silly because I used to say this all the time, but I used to be like, yeah, like, I will let you hurt me 1,000,000 times. And once I'm done, I'm truly done. But it's like, girl, why would you let somebody do that 100 times, 1,000,000 times? Mm-hmm. Like, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. And I'm less like that now. But I think, I viewed love as a lie. But also, once I felt it, I viewed it as something I had to just, like, protect and, like, hoard. Yeah. Because I knew what it would feel like if I let it, like, leave. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree, and I see some of that in me too, where I would kind of be a people pleaser to an extent, but normally for like friends, family and friends.
Yeah.
Not really for romantic.
Me either.
But more for friends, and that's something that I had to work through because that's an indication of how much you love yourself.
Yeah.
And so once I started realizing, like, and I read this book, and it, I can't think of the name of it, but she said, never say yes to something you're not willing to say yes to 100 more times. Because once you give someone okay, they're going to keep asking. So if they can come to you and say, hey, can I have $100? And you say yes, the next time they need $100, you're going to be the first person they turn to.
Right.
And so I started looking at that in life, like, wow, Jakeena, you are saying yes to a lot of things, and you are depleting yourself.
Yeah.
And even to this day, it's something I still work on. But I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can also relate to the part where you said you had a guard. Like, men never got in. Ever. Like, I genuinely, the last relationship I was in, I was like 16, and my friend even told me, like, girl, I don't even know if you really liked him for real. Like, this is actually the first man that I have been like, okay, we're here. I actually like you.
Yeah.
You know, there's love here, all of the things, but never. Like, it just was like automatic, no, you did this, you're done. Like, quick, smooth, clean cut. That was it. The guard was heavy. The wall was very tall. And, I mean, if you're willing to climb, go ahead, but you're going to be climbing for a very, very long time.
Right.
The wall's shorter now, though.
Okay, good. I was about to ask you.
Yeah.
So how is the lie that love is a lie revealing itself in its truth? Like, how is that changing for you now in your season?
Through this relationship or just in general?
However you want to answer.
Okay, so generally, I think that I had to prove to myself that love was not a lie.
Okay.
So I had to do a lot of things for me, and then hold other people to the expectation of those things. I mean, not an expectation, but I just wasn't willing to accept certain things. So I guess more like a boundary. Okay. But I tell people all the time, everything that you can do for me, I can do for myself. So the question, I mean, for one, you just got to come a little bit harder, but also you have to know that as much as I love you, if you can't do certain things, you have to go.
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm willing to accept now. Before, I was just like, okay, I want this thing. I want to be loved. I love other people. And so I'm just going to accept what is being given to me. But now, once I started really loving myself in a more true fashion, because I think there's still work to do, but in a more true fashion, I have proven to myself that that love is not a lie.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. And there's still people right now who are, like, going up against that lesson. But it's just like, okay, I just have to let people do whatever they're going to do, and I have to do what I'm going to do. And yeah. Yeah. But I think within this relationship, I think he is proving it to me through, like, there are things that he will say that I'll be like, that's hard to believe. Like, yeah, okay, whatever. But then he'll act on it. And then I'm like, okay, okay. Like, this is working. This is making sense. Like, I always tell him, you're very consistent with yourself, which is good because then I know you'll be consistent with me.
That's good.
Like, he's been going on, like, you know, like, he's been saying, like, oh, I want to go to the gym, you know, do all these different things. And he's been very consistent. Meal preps, all the things. And I'm just like, oh, look at you. Like, that's great. You said you wanted to do it and you're doing it. And so I think that, because I think that's where the disconnect started. For me anyways. People would say things to me and then your words are not matching your actions. And so I think every time he says something and then he backs it up with what he's doing, it's like, okay, thank you. Like, you're proving that to me. Like, okay, I like that. That makes sense, you know? But if you say it, it's in one ear and out the other because it doesn't matter until you show me. So I think that's helping too. To prove that love's not a lie.
That's good.
Yeah. And I think love is only a lie to me. I think my family proves it all the time that love's not a lie because there's so many things that have happened within, you know, just the family dynamic or just between people and then we're back kiki and ha 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 and like nothing happened. So it's like, okay, this is unconditional. Like, we're continuing to love each other even through all of this. So I think they help. They definitely help. Y'all definitely help. I'm over here saying they, like, we not related. But y'all definitely help with that. So yeah.
That's good.
So how are you learning that love is not a weakness through your relationship or just in general?
I'm learning that it's not a weakness. Well, I would say that there was a point where I thought it was a weakness. And that's when I would give up. Like, you know what? I'm feeling way too weak. Yeah. I don't like it.
Vulnerable.
Very vulnerable. Way too, you know, weak, I guess, and vulnerable. But then when someone else kind of fights for me, it's like, okay, wait a minute, you're fighting to be here, and I had to reframe it, where it's like, it's not weak that you're forgiving, it's not weak that you're willing to work with the person, it actually shows strength. It shows that you are ready. You're not gonna run at the drop of a dime, because if it's love is supposed to be kind and gentle, and, you know, I don't remember the entire scripture, but it's supposed to be so many things, and you're supposed to be, you know, vulnerable, but you are still supposed to have a boundary. So it's showing me that I am ready because I'm willing to work with and fight through. And it's also showing that as my love for myself is growing, no, I'm not weak, because there is a boundary. There is okay, I will work with you, but if we get to a certain point,
I'm not going to compromise
I have
myself.
to love myself too. So I'm seeing it as more of a strength because I'm not just running. And it's not easy. It's not easy. And having somebody kind of pour into your cup when you do feel weak, it's like, okay, you know, I see you're weak, I got you. So I'm starting to see the strength in even him, you know, where he's like, you don't have it, I got it for you. You know, you're pouring into my cup, and vice versa. So I see it. I see, you know, the things that I thought were weakness, they are actually strength. And even in the women in our family, watching my mother navigate relationship, I'm like, what I used to think was weak, like, why are you accepting this? You are bad to the bone, you know, you are strong, you are bad, you know, why are you dealing with this? I see it now as strength. I see that she was fighting, you know, she was surviving, she was trying to make sure that she didn't have people ripping and running out of her children's lives. So I get it. And I am seeing her as a lot stronger than what I did when I was younger. I see that love does make you strong. You're resilient. You know, you're able to not only bring what you bring to the table, but help navigate life with what someone else brings. That's a strength.
It really is.
Because it's a lot easier just to say, I'm going to worry about myself.
I was just about to say, it's easier to run away. than it is to stay. Even like when you look at like, you know, relationships that, you know, your parents have been through, or like my parents, whatever. Even when it wasn't good for them to stay, it still took so much strength to be able to accept or deal with or whatever. Like that could not have been easy.
Right.
So it's like you were strong in that. Although it seemed weak at the time, it's like, or it seemed like you were just, you know, being ran over or whatever the case may be. It's like when you really sit down and look, like you had to be a strong woman
for sure
to be able to go through things like that, like to be able to experience all of that stuff or whatever
while raising kids, while working, and they're all still standing.
Yeah, standing tall too.
Standing tall, and they don't play.
They get down.
They don't play. So no matter what they've been through, it didn't kill them. It didn't crumble them. They didn't become like docile and weak. No, they are. And that's it was one of the questions I had for you. What I see in our family now, my question was, what do you see in our family that you would want to continue? Especially the women in our family. Okay. And mine was strength.
Yeah.
Our women are strong. They've been through so much and they still...
Yeah, I would say their resilience. Like, I have, even if I didn't witness it, I've seen, heard so many times where they should have been like, okay, yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. Or like things that would have taken other people out, they have made it through. They live to tell the story. Right. And I think that is definitely one. And I also think the community within us, like, y'all live hours away, but literally there has been things that I have gone through that I have called on Sherry, like, yo, I need some help. Like, yeah. Like, I'm struggling, but I know that they're within our entire family, yes, but like just within the women, like I know I can call any of them and be like, hey, I need this, or like, hey, what you think about this, or whatever the case may be. So I definitely would say like resilience and our willingness to like just be helpful, or just tell, like, you know, hey, this is what I experienced, this is what you could do. Yeah, that's a good question. Even
if they give it to us with a little roughness.
Yeah.
My mother be like, oh, it's not about that. Yeah. And I love that. Like, she went through some things. Yeah. And she like, you're not about to do that with my child. You're not going to do that.
And she was telling us a story yesterday. And she was just basically saying, like, you know, this my baby. So when you come here, just look. I don't care. Like, this is my baby. So I was like, you know what? As much as that might sound like rough, that's facts. Because at the end of the day, I raised this one. This is the person that I cultivated. I know what I've been through, and mine won't experience that.
Exactly.
And I think I just love that.
I love it because it kind of holds someone to a standard. Because you have somebody to answer to. You hurt me.
My mama's coming.
You violate in a certain way.
She's on the way.
My mother is coming for you.
Real bad.
Okay? So you have someone, not only God, but he also placed somebody on earth who don't play about me. And she been through so much that she like, I see you, sir. Don't do my daughter. I'm watching.
Yeah. Because even yesterday when we were sitting there and she's like, you want me to get him? I was like, go ahead. Go get him. But it was like second nature. It's like, it was definitely giving protect.
Yeah.
And I think that is great. And the funny thing is, her and Nana are so much alike. Because Nana is going to do the same thing. She will be like, oh, you said what? Oh, okay. And she's going to handle that. Like, and I think that's a good thing too. Like, one thing you can do is count on them to come running.
Oh, for sure.
Because I tell people all the time, one thing about it too, there has been situations where I should have called the police first. And I called my mother, and she was like, Kyla, call 911. Like, I think when that lady, I got into a car accident once. And it was my first, like, car accident, like, car to car. And I called my mom, like, Ma, da, da, da. She's like, Kyla, you have to call 911. And I'm like, oh. Like, girl, you're the one who's been protecting me all my life. Like,
right.
Why would I be calling 911 right now? But literally, that is like, I know. If nobody else is coming to run, these ladies, the men too, but these ladies, they're coming.
Mama bears.
They are coming, no question.
Yeah. And that makes me look at what they went through. And I tell my mom this. I think you went through some of your things for us. Right? So that, because imagine having a mom who never been through anything. What can you teach me?
Yeah.
What can you say to me? Yeah. Like, I didn't protect myself from so much. My poor kids, you know. But my mother, she like, Jakeena, I don't think you watching, but I think this is what I see. And it's because of what she's navigated through. And I thank God that she remained open. Because there's some people, like I have friends whose parents went through things. They don't talk about it. They don't admit it. They shut down. They're cold. And they don't share or give anything. My mother overshares. So that she's like, look, I went through it so you don't have to. Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, but I appreciate it because it kept me out of a lot of mess.
Yeah, and you don't send your kids into the world blindly.
I am not blind.
Yeah, and I think a lot of parents don't realize you have to give your kids the tools to be able to navigate the outside world. Because if you don't, they're going to get out there and they're not going to know what to do. Right. And, like, one thing my mom and I hope we have always done, they've always talked to us about, like, certain things. I remember they used to, like, invite, like, some of our older friends over. And, like, we would, for dinner, we would just be talking about, like, real life stuff. Like, people be like, oh, you know, what do you think about, like, we used to have sex conversations and I was young. Yeah. Like, I was young. But I was not oblivious. I was not, no boy could come and tell me whatever. Like, you couldn't just come and be like, oh, yeah, this is what this is. If you love me, you supposed to, please. My mom and my auntie would sit me down at freaking 10, like, girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody could come and lie to me. My mom asked me all the questions. Like, every thing you could think of. So if something was going wrong, I wasn't just going to be like, oh, you're telling me this is what it's supposed to be. No, because my mom, she equipped me with, like, the ability to discern, like, oh, this is not right. This doesn't look good. This doesn't feel good. You know, like, she taught me. Yeah. And if you don't, you set your kids up for failure. Right, because they're going to learn. Yeah. They're going to learn. It's just, how are they going to learn? Yeah. Do they have to scrape their knee? Or can you tell them, hey, it's a ditch right there? Because if our kitchen table could talk, my mother used to talk. And I used to be like, why are you saying this to me? I'm not even there yet. But she's like, listen. When you get there. When you get outside, even as I was young, but my body was forming in certain ways. She'd be like, boy, I asked you to do this and that. And I'm like, ah. Yeah, yeah. But she wasn't lying. Yeah. She was telling the truth. And so once I did see and experience certain things, I'm like, oh, my mother prepared me for you about 5 years too early. Right. But she did. Yeah, it was in your back pocket. It was in my back pocket. I was like, oh no. My mama told me you was going to ask me to do that. I remember this conversation. And you never know where or how. So I'm glad she hit it 5 years before, because she could have been too late. Could have been too late. You think, oh, I'm protecting, they're only in church. Yeah. Yeah. He asked in church. Yeah, I was going to say, because you don't know. Yeah. You don't know where, you don't know who. Yeah. She prepared. She over prepared. And to this day, she still does. So I appreciate you, Mom. Yeah. 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 For sure. Shout out to our mamas. Shout out to our mamas. And the funny thing is about Aunt Sherry, she is doing the same thing with everyone. Oh, yeah. Because she was talking about Lauren, and she was like, don't let anybody call her grown. Don't let anybody say certain, when you hear people say that, correct them. And I'm like, no, yes, because grown turns into fast. Even when the kid is not doing anything. Right. Like, this is just, my body's developing, so now I'm grown. Or like, you feel like I'm doing this, that, and the third, when I just am wearing a pair of pants. Exactly. Like, I'm not actively doing anything. This is just how I'm built. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she's just like, don't let anybody put these things on her. Yeah. Because then the more you say it, the more people are likely to, like, live in those things, or, you know, unintentionally start to do certain things that live up to what I'm being called all the time. Absolutely. And so what she did for you, she's continuing to do. For sure. And I think that's so good, because she literally, Lauren, that's my girl. Don't let nobody call her girl. I don't like it. Yeah. And I think that stuff like that, working in domestic violence and learning about so many different things, those type of words give adults excuses. Oh, yeah. So if something does happen, or a violation occur, oh, well, you know she's always been grown. Right. No, she wasn't. Yeah. She was a child. And you should have been looking at her as a child. Right. Exactly. So, no, that's absolutely right. I'm a stickler about that. Watch your mouth around kids. Yeah. Because they don't know who they are. They're learning by their experience and in the environment around them. So yeah, and you don't know how kids will take your words, because some of them will be what you said they are. Exactly. Or and not even on purpose. Yeah.
they're developing. Yeah. They are developing. So watch your words. I remember things people said around me.
Bro, I say that all the time. I tell people I'm 26 and I remember stuff from when I was a kid.
Me too.
You just don't know what people are going to remember, so you have to be very careful about what you say.
You have to. Especially to kids. Yeah. They're sponges. So
they're sponges.
Yeah. And that's something, yeah, she advocates for everybody, even when you're not asking. Thank you, Mom.
Right. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Okay, so I have one last question, and then if you have any more, you can ask me. But what is one way love has made you a more resilient person?
Love has made me more resilient because it's helped develop my relationship with God even more. And so things that I thought I wasn't ready for, and things that even I would be like, I would never. What? You did that? I would never. You know? Once you open yourself up to love and a full person, you at least try to bounce back. I didn't always try to bounce back. I'm like, oh, you did that? Good. Goodbye. But now it's strengthened certain things that I didn't even see in myself. Certain characteristics and qualities that I didn't even think I had. I realize now, like, okay, you know, I won't crumble. I won't, you know. And when you love someone and you really show who you are, they start to see certain things in you too. It's like, you know, I never looked at me that way. Yeah. And so you'll start working on those characteristics and those qualities. So it's definitely made me more resilient. By just, I think I'm learning new things about myself because I did a lot of work by myself. But now that I have someone here, I see the things that I need to work on
within a relationship.
Yeah. And so as I'm doing more work, it's teaching me that everything isn't life or death. And my therapist as well. I had a therapist. I don't have her anymore, but she was like, Jakeena, everything isn't a red flag. There's green flags, there's yellow flags, and there's red flags. Yeah. I was like, it's green or it's red. And she was like, why are we ignoring yellow? Can this be yellow, just something that you keep it? It might turn red. It may be something to make you run. Or it's something to make you pause. Like, wait a minute, let's just pay a little bit more attention and put a little more effort into this. So it's definitely like widened my perspective and my horizons. Where it's like, okay, because I have a couple of yellow and red flags myself. Right. Yeah. So if somebody gave up on me every time I was a hot mess, I mean, so yeah, I think it's made me look for more resources and tools to better myself. Yeah. And so that's helped me become more resilient because I think a lot of the running is just nothing but fear. So having a little more trust in myself that I know when to go.
Trusting yourself.
Yeah, I trust myself. I know when it's time for me to go. Yeah. I don't have to run at every little thing because it's like, oh, well, if you would step on my foot, then that mean that you would kick me in my leg. If you would kick me in my leg, that mean you punch me. Like, everybody calm down. Yeah. Relax. Everybody relax. So, yeah, I think love has definitely made me more resilient because it's made me more open. It's made me pay more attention to the things I need to work on in myself. Yeah. And so I have a lot more tools and resources under my belt. Okay. For sure. And my relationship with God has gotten a lot more. Yeah. Because I need him every day.
Yeah. Absolutely. For sure. That was good. I would say I think I know what it looks like now. Like, for real. I think I thought I knew what it looked like. But I think I know, like, the true definition. And I know that it's not just something that you can say. Like, it's something that you have to be doing. Oh, yeah. And also, I think it's made me more resilient because I'm also learning things about myself. But I know that I can give it to myself. And if I don't get it anywhere else, I'm content with the fact that I know how to do it. And everything else is a plus. Like, everything else is just it's not extra because it's needed, but like I'm not lacking if I don't receive it, because I can do it, God can do it, and those are the two that matter the most. And so I think it's made me stronger in like just knowing it's already done.
Yeah.
God's now placing more people in your life to be able to be like, oh, I also love you. Or hey, I also love you. So I think that's where my resilience comes in. Yeah. And then just like loving other people, just knowing that it's not void.
Yeah.
Even when it's not received back, or like whatever the case may be, if it doesn't look the way that you thought it would look, you still did it, and it was for a reason. Like, it was for a purpose. It did what it needed to do.
Yeah.
And I think at first that used to hurt real bad. Like, I used to love people, and it just didn't go the way that I thought it would, or they weren't receiving of it, or they didn't return it. But now I'm just like, okay, I love you. This is how I love you. I'm not going to change that because of how you love me. This is just it. And that's it. And I think it gave me more strength in that too. Like, just to be able to do it and just say like, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do. Boom, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Okay.
We have a generation coming behind us.
Yeah.
What advice would you give? On this topic around like self-love or loving others or being open, whatever. What advice would you give them to help them avoid maybe something that you wish, I don't know.
Okay, so I was reading this book called The Untethered Soul. Did I finish it? No, but the parts that I did read were really good. And it just basically was talking about like not allowing your heart to close. But it was very specific about saying, you know, like when you dwell on any situation, good or bad, it blocks for the next thing to come. So I would definitely say like experience what you're experiencing, but be in the moment. Like, don't sit in, oh, this happened, this boy told me he loves me so much, blah, 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 blah. But then when he does something that you should walk away from, you miss that because he's told you that he loves you, and that's the first boy that you've fallen in love with. Like, be in the moment, look at what's in front of you, you know, have your boundaries and stand on them.
Yeah.
Like, don't just say, oh, this is my boundary, and you're willing to move away from it. But also do everything you can to show yourself that you love yourself.
Yeah.
Like, be very intentional about that. I think, you know, a lot of us say, oh, I love myself, you know, whatever. And we may do things here or there, but I think literally actively every day do something to be like, oh, this is how I show myself I love myself. This is I need to speak positively to myself. I don't have much negative self-talk. And then when I do, I know how to combat it with you know, something more positive. So yeah, that's what I would say.
That's good.
What would you say?
I would say build an intimate relationship with God.
For sure.
Like, ask God, like if I could give the next generation a specific prayer to pray, it would be for God to show you how he sees you. Because then I think that will encompass everything you just said.
Absolutely.
Like, that would, if you saw you the way God sees you, man.
Yeah.
Man. Especially as like a child, really young, every relationship would
go back to
how God sees you. Every job you take, every promise you keep to yourself, everything that you put into your body would literally go back to the way God sees you. So I would ask them to pray that specific prayer every day. Yeah.
That's good. I'm going to start praying that prayer every day.
That's my prayer.
That's very valid. Like, you can have an idea of yourself. And like you even said, like, you know, when you start dealing with somebody, they see things in you that you don't see in yourself. And it's like, yeah, but like, so does God. Like,
for sure.
He made you, so he knows it all. And he sees you in such a good light. And I always say, like, it's crazy to think all these crazy things about yourself when God did his big one.
Right.
Like, he took his time with you.
For sure.
So what are we doing?
Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. Okay, so is there anything you want to tell the people if you had to speak to the world? I mean, I guess we kind of just did that, but to sum everything up, what would you say?
To sum everything up, I would say just love. Love. Be loved. Accept love.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for part 2 when I can tell you a little bit more. And I'm walking more in this purpose that God has for me. So I'm looking forward to part 2 for both of us.
Yes,
to see
absolutely. We'll come back with an update.
An update. That'll be good. I want to, an update.
Okay.
Great updates.
Absolutely. It's going to be nothing but positive.
Yeah.
Positive things. So we'll plan that for like the next, I don't know.
We don't know. We'll see what the Lord has in store. Yeah.
For sure. Okay. What I would say is, I agree. Just be loved, continue loving, be open, be intentional. Y'all know that's my favorite word. With yourself, with other people. And yeah, I'm excited for the update. I thank you so much for coming
and
just
for having
being
me
on here. Great conversation, and I just loved it.
I love you, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm honored to be on, and I'm just so proud of you.
Yes,
and I think that you definitely have a beautiful heart. I think your impact is going to be great, and the world needs more people like you. So I appreciate you for lending your couch for more people to talk and cry together if that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
So you're a beautiful soul. You're a beautiful person.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much. Back at you. And I believe all the same things. And I've realized over this last couple of days, we are a lot more similar than I realized.
For sure.
We have a lot of the same thought processes and all that stuff. So, I'm just thankful for you. And I can't wait to hear all the things that you got going on, the nonprofit and everything. And if we can do anything together, you let me know.
I will.
But yeah, we're going to update the people on that too whenever you come back.
Okay.
All right. Well, I thank y'all so much again for watching another episode of Let's Cry Together, where you're not required to cry, but if you want to, you definitely don't have to do it alone. Do whatever the kids say, like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and tune in for another episode. Thank y'all, and see y'all later.